Okay, well, the weather hasn't improved a whole lot. It's not cold, but it's raining. It rained so much last night, the worms are coming up for air. It's an amazing amount of water the past couple of days, but the work's got to get done. We've got a couple of projects on the go today. So what I've got planned today is we're going to make some raised planters. They're not going to be real raised planters, just little boxes to define the garden up there, and then Mrs. From the Woods is going to put bark chips around. So I've gone through the wood pile and picked up a couple of boards that will work. It's all wet, unfortunately, but that's what we're going to use. So we'll make what we can out of all the scraps, and we'll put together some planters. But fortunately, we'll be in the shop, so we won't get wet. Welcome to the shop, everybody. So this is the wood that I pulled out of our wood pile. I don't even know where some of it came from, but some of it looks like old joists and rafters that have been cut up and saved for future use, and some of it looks like barn board. I don't know. Some of it is pretty heavy. So the plan is to use each board and make a box. So if it is 13 feet long, I'll try and get as much as I can to make a rectangle box, and the same with the other boards. The wood's kind of wet right at the moment, but yeah, if I wait, it'll be too late. So we're just going to try and cut it and screw it together. It doesn't have to be pretty, just functional. So we're going to start cutting it up and making the boxes. So that's about all there's to it. I just put a little bit of PL 400 at the joints just to give it a bit more strength. I'm not going to put any braces on the inside corners. It's not going to hold a ton of dirt. It's more or less just to define the edges of the planting area. But this one turned out quite nice. So 4 more to go. And all I'm using is 3-inch deck screws I had left over from another project. I had to buy a new box because I ran out, and I've got lots of them left. So pretty simple. And what I did at the chop saw area is I just put one of the stops at 24 inches, which defines the inside dimension. And then on the other end, I just put a mark down, and that defines the 4'6". So again, it's just going in the garden. Don't have to be that precise. And that's how it goes. So we're going to finish the other 4. Okay, well, that's all 5 of the little frames done. They fit nicely together. So we're going to bring them up to the garden and place them, and Mrs. From the Woods is going to fill them with compost and dirt. And hopefully the weather will break a little bit this coming week, and we can get some seeds in and some plants in, and get the garden started. Well, end of the day Saturday, and guess what? It's raining again. Go figure. It's been raining on and off all day. Rain gauge says we have 1 3/4 inches of rain over the past 3 days. Everything is just saturated wet. But Mrs. From the Woods did a fair amount of work in the garden. I got 5 of the planters made. And of course, Mrs. From the Woods changed my mind about how they were going to be arranged in the garden. So we're heading up there now, and we'll give you a quick peek of how they went in. And yeah, hopefully this rain goes away. Could certainly use a couple of days of sun to dry things out. And I suppose it has its own beauty, but would really like to see a bit of blue sky and some sun. Mrs. From the Woods has been hauling compost and bark chips with the quad and the trailer, and as you can see, everything is muddy and wet. It's kind of tearing up the lawn, so we're hoping that this recovers over the summer, and I'm sure it will. Just really messy right at the moment, wet, muddy, but we're happy with the way things are turning out. Garden fencing is pretty well done, except for a few items. 3 tiers of Eden, back to Eden gardening style of garden. Bark chips, compost. So that's the compost that Mrs. From the Woods has been hauling up here and spreading over. We're going to rototill that in and make it light and fluffy. And there are the garden beds that we built this afternoon. So originally we were going to have 5 single-tiered beds, but Mrs. From the Woods said, nope, we're going to have double tiers. So we've got 2 that are 2 high and 1 that is 1 high, and that's all the wood I have for raised beds at the moment, and maybe next year we'll try and save up a bit more. But yeah, the garden is starting to look pretty good, and if the weather clears up and gets better, then we'll start our planting. Anyway, I hope you liked this video, and we're glad that you could come and visit, and stay tuned for more as we get into planting the garden, doing some more projects, finishing the fencing, building gates. So come along for the journey. We'd love to have you come along.